And guys, this is the site today we are achieving as per the last exam and the comment section. This is what we are achieving. Okay, now without wasting time, let's go and start our CSS. The first thing, we shall have the header, and in the header we shall have our image of the logo. Which is in the images logo. Okay, now under this we shall have our banner section. The banner section is having two containers inside it. We shall name these containers and we put the image and the word part. We shall name it dot main container. Under the main container we are having the image part, which is having the image, and also the banner. Okay, then outside this we shall have the words. These ones on the left side. On the right hand side we are having the image, and the left hand side we are having the words. But remember, they are all under one main container, which we named as main. Under the words we are having the head, which is an H1, and the P for the words, and the button, which is having tune in now. The element is called button. The P and the H1. This is our H1, this is the P and the button. Now we shall give this part a section. It will have an H. We shall give this one something like an H4. I will give the heading H1 also, and then the P. Then we shall go back to our codes. Immediately after the div we shall have the section. Under the section we're having an H4, and this H4 is saying built for modern use. Okay, immediately after an H4 we shall have an H1 that says catch new episode every week. Then we shall have our paragraph down. I will use lorem. And then the section is done. Now after this section we're having another section that's having the images and the image cards. This section must be outside the main div. Okay, then we shall continue, and we have the class that's going to combine all these images, and we shall give that class a name called image container. Just press dot img container. We press enter. Then under it, that's when we shall have our cards. Dot card. And in the card, we have an image on every card. Images. Okay. Let's first see how our work looks in the browser. Looks like this. The first part, which was the header, having only the logo. The second part, which was the banner, it's having the big image, and also the part of the word and the button of tune in now. The second part, which was our section, this one having having the h4, h1, and also the words. Then we are starting on the cards, which having the image, and also under it, it's having an h1, and this in h1 says study tips and techniques. We shall give it an h3 actually, not h1. Let's give it an h3, an h2. Study and techniques. Then under it, we shall have a paragraph having some few words. Let's copy this. Now we shall just duplicate this card, the one card, in all other parts. Here's our h1 is there. Our h1. Now we shall also put the p and also our lorem here down. So we shall duplicate this card to make 3 of them. Okay, and then we change the images. See how our work looks now with all the images. Now if you look at our question, it's having another part, which is the form, having join us, an h4 of join us, an h2 of create an account, and the forms. Shall go back to the codes and create a new part. We shall call it form. Under this, we're having an h4 having join us. Then we shall have an h2 saying create an account and enjoy new world. Then under this we're having the inputs. So first input is text, then we shall have the placeholder, which is the name. And we have another input, with a placeholder having email. The input type also change it to email. We're having another input, text, and the placeholder is password. Then under this we shall have our button having sign up. Now after this we shall have our footer. It's the last part, and we shall call the footer element. And under this we shall have experience more together than h2. Then we're having a p, shall add our lorem, and then under it we shall have another p having business computing ICW exam 2024. ICW exam 2024. And then down we shall have the quick links. Shall have, let's create a new class called links. And then we put our links here. We shall give them an hashtag to be inactive. Then the first link was Twitter. Second one is Google. And the last one is LinkedIn. Now let's look at our site. This is our site now, done with all the HTML. We are going to include the CSS now. Now we go in our CSS. We shall first call everything by a star and then reset it. Margin put to 0 pixels. Then we shall have the padding also put to 0 pixels. Then after, if you look at our work now, everything is resetting to the extreme end because the margin is back to 0 and the padding is to 0. Then if you look at this logo, it's this side and we need it in the middle. So we shall come and call our header where the logo is, and then we give this one a margin left to, let's first give it to 50, because 50 will put it in the middle. The logo will come here in the middle, which is the 50%. Now we shall resize the image. We go to header and then we identify the element, which is img, and also give it so I'll give it width of, let's say first give 10 pixels. We say 20 pixels look very small. We shall increase like to 80 pixels. 80 pixels is also so small, so give 100 pixels, and then we give the height of around 150 pixels. Shall increase this one also to 130. Now we shall have the two images. We shall come to the banner. We first get the everything in this part to display flex. Now if you remember, it was inside the class called main, so we shall come and we say dot main, and we display flex. Displaying flex will help us to have the words this side and the image this side. We shall resize the image by coming to, if you look at our HTML, we have in the image in the img class and the element called image. We shall go back to our CSS and we call the dot img one of the img is a class, another one's an element, and we resize it by saying let's give it the width and height of 350 pixels. Now we shall also make this to have a background color of black, but remember these words are in black, so they will also faint out. So we shall first change these ones to a color white. And our banner, we had another class which is called word. Is it word dot words? It is words. In the words, we shall have an h1 and our p. We put a comma to separate the elements. Then we shall say color to white. And then we call this function, we call this container words, and we give it a background color of black. Now we shall align all the text that is inside. We give it text alignment to center. This will give us these words to be in the middle. We shall increase the padding. Padding means the space between the element. Give it like 20 pixels. You can add to 30 or 40. Give it 40. Now for also this h1, we shall increase the margin to 30 pixels. Okay, now we're going to work on the button. We have finished according as per our question. We have achieved this. Now we're going to work on the button. Let's work on the button. And we shall have the button. But remember, we're having two buttons in the work. So we shall first come and give this button class to describe it. Say button tune. Then we come back, we call the button, we call the class tune. It's a button. Then we shall give it width. Let's first give it a 20 view width. Okay, 20 view width. Let us see how our work looks now. Yeah, then we shall give it the height. Height of 5 view height. And then we shall decrease on the width, give it 10. You see, then we shall have the border radius. To 10 pixels. We shall increase the border radius to 15. Now if you look at our question, we have finished to achieve this. It's just remaining with the color now. Let's give the button the color, which is a background color. It's a gray color. We shall choose where gray is. Okay, and also the words are in white. To give the words color, just call the color element and give it white. Now this part is done. Let's go to the next part, designing our section. Remember, in our section we're having some paragraph here, but it's fading because we are having we define it as white in this side. So we shall go to that paragraph and we give it a color and we give it a class so that we can identify it in our CSS section. And then we come, then we shall give it class, we give it SEC to identify that this is class P class for section. And we shall first call that class dot SEC. We give it a color which is black. Now it's appearing as you see. Then we shall give the section text alignment, give it center. So as all these things come in the center, we shall give it a line height of about 1.6. Now I think this part is also done. Let's first increase its width. Section itself, let's give it a height of about about 400 view height. It's so big. Give it like we shall give the padding between around 20 pixels. And padding, let's increase the padding to about 50. Now this is also done. We shall display this to Flex. We shall get the container that's having all the images now, and that container was named .img container as per our CSS. As per our HTML, we named it as img container. Then we display everything there to Flex. This will display all the images in the Flex format. Now we shall resize the image. Remember, they are in the class called CAD. An image. And we shall give it a width of 550 and height of 300 pixels. We see how it looks now. Okay, then we shall give it a background color. We shall give the CAD background color on the image. We shall call the .CAD class. Give it background color. Okay, and we also have to have the space between them. Then we shall give them margin of around 5 pixels. Okay, now we want these images and everything to align. We shall increase the size of the image. We shall give the CAD its size itself. Shall give it size of height 500 pixels and width of 800. Okay, we shall increase the size of the image to, let's first give it 600. Increase it to 700. We shall align items center and also align content center, and also let's not align content center. We shall align text alignment, give it center. Now also decreasing the size of the image container itself. Image container itself to 800 pixels. To 800 pixels. Apparently, let's first leave that and we go to our next part which is the form. Under the form, we shall have the padding and the text alignment to center. Okay, then we shall break this through our HTML. You can also achieve that. Come here, just break. We also break this, also break this. Then we shall increase the margin in our labels. Come in our style.css, look for, it was input, sorry, inputs. Then we increase the margin. Let's put it at around 20 pixels. We see 20 pixels too much. We shall give it like 8 pixels. Okay, and then we shall also increase the width to like 10 view. It's not enough. Shall put it like at 18. Okay, and also increase the height like at 5 view height. It's also so big. We shall give it 3 or 2. Then we shall have the button. The button is having the, we shall give it a width of 10 view height, and also a height. This is 10 view width and height of 5 pixels of 5 view. Let's give it 5 view height. Then we shall have a margin left to margin right. Let's first give it a 25% to see where to go. We shall decrease to 25, 20 to 18. We need to put like a 15, 10. I'll give it at like 8 like 0.5%. Now the remaining part is the footer. We shall call our footer element footer.